Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for tuning in. Today I want to speak to you about something very important, and that's about risk management in business and why you cannot wait to start a business. One of the most important things I believe that is true for every single person on this world is we are running out of time. Now, when we're running out of time, people just assume this comes towards, making memories, doing all this stuff, but people also don't understand that the longer you wait to start your business, just like how it's wasteful thinking to do compounding later, it only works when you have 30-year time horizon. But the reason why risk in business gets even worse over time is because when you're younger, you have less responsibilities. For example, you're not going to most likely have kids. You're not going to have a family to support. You're not going to have a mortgage to pay. You're not going to have a car payment to pay, a rent payment. Now, all this stuff is going to obviously come a lot faster than the others, but not having to pay a mortgage or paying for your kids and your family is big, is a big help. And this is how I want you to think about it. Let's say you have a business idea and you want to do business later on in your life. And so you're like, okay, maybe I'll start a business when I'm 40. All right, so what sounds more risky to you? Does it sound more risky to start a business when you have family and kids, who you have to support, or does it make more sense to start a business when you have no responsibilities? We all know the answer to this. It's when you don't have any responsibilities, and people don't consider this. People would like to, they want to spend the time right now to enjoy. And I completely understand that. I'm not taking anything against you trying to enjoy your time. However, you must understand that if you plan, and even if you don't plan, you're going to have responsibilities later that you're going to have to come for, and you're going to have to spend time on, which is just going to reduce any amount of time that you can spend on your business. Also, your risk goes significantly higher, because if you gotta support your family, no longer is it just you don't get to eat for a day if you mess up. It's your family doesn't get to eat. So are you willing to put their health on the line, that their financial freedom, that their stability on the line, so that you can chase your dreams afterwards? No, and I wouldn't expect you to either. If you're a good functioning person, especially a dude, I think one of the most important things is to get this ambitious light as soon as you can. And that doesn't mean you need to necessarily start a business. I'm just referring to businesses. That's kind of my journey in this scenario, and a lot of people's journey. But in the light of day, you can compound, which means you're just investing. Just like how I yesterday on the last video I just made, we were talking about the effects of compound interest, and how if you can set it up that by the time your kids are in their mid 20s, that you can have over $1 million for helping with schooling or whatever the hell they need. But if you don't do that early enough because you were too busy playing games, that you were too busy hanging out with your friends instead of doing any meaningful work that will help your family, you're just waiting. You're just waiting to let your family fail. And it's so important to get this done, because I don't know if you guys have noticed any of the stats, but 60% of divorces, and it's financial reasons. Financial reasons do become a burden, and you don't realize it until finances are a very stressful thing in your life. So please understand that the best time to make a business is today. It's not to wait on it. The best time to come up with an idea is today. It's not to wait on it. And the best time it is to start compounding is today. And so I hope you guys take some, just take some motivation from this portion of the video, where you guys just try to understand that if you want to get anything in life, that you have to start, and you can't wait to start, because waiting is by waiting you're just asking to fail. You're asking for stuff to get riskier and harder, and you again, the whole point is uh, the best thing about trying to come up with business ideas, it doesn't mean that every business idea needs to work, but it's the more times you continue to try to find business ideas, the better you get at it. So it's just the more times you do anything in life, the better you get at it. So if you have 80 years to fail and improve and get businesses, where you can start 15, 20 businesses, and some might fail, some might pass, you're most likely going to get a winner. But if you're 50 or if you're 40 and you only have 2 to 3 to 4 businesses that could pass, and you don't take the shot, then what are you waiting for? You're just waiting to fail. And you can just consider it that way. And so that's just my little rant on this subject, and why you need to accomplish things, and you need to accomplish things early. Just because the more reps you get in of this, the better it's going to be. Now, for the rest of the video, I do want to just take some time to really appreciate you guys. I'm at 62 subscribers now, so that means we've gained almost 20 subscribers since I've started this journey posting this COD related information. And this is so fun. I started playing Call of Duty. I started playing Modern Warfare 3 again, and man, it is fun. Pretty much, I just want to say I appreciate you guys a lot, because this had been a very big, ambitious goal of mine one day. And everybody who I talked to, or buds who knew I run businesses, and one of them comments all the time, and we appreciate it. And he always said, you need to film your journey, man, because you're getting too unrelatable. You're going to be way too far ahead, and then nobody's going to be able to see the come up. And, I wasn't taking it seriously for a while, but I knew he was right. And me needing to understand that, hey, I gotta get this thing taken off. It's only waiting for me. And I did want to create a personal brand, and the only way I know how to do that very effectively at this point in time is to create good content, so that people can that I can build a following and fan base, and then eventually use that to leverage on my own personal brand. And the main thing, like again, that I love to do is I like to be an educator. So if I can help anybody else on this journey just to create a little bit more financial independency, and create a good life for themselves, or just at least give them on the right footsteps, that's the best thing I could do. And then that's one last thing I'd just like to mention. Yeah, my boy Yasir, he watches these videos, and yesterday he called me and he said, yo, I really appreciate you taking an interest to me to help me with business. And that guy, he finally was able to put in a car, and I believe at this moment in time he's making about $1,000 passively, and he did that all within probably about 500 to $1,000 passively, and he's doing that all within I would want to say in less than 6 months, because he started truthfully with me in December, so actually way less than 6 months, 4 to 5 months. Hopefully I'll tell him to comment under this video, but he did it. He was able to make up to 500, and now he's investing into the S&P 500, and he's doing everything right. He's finally out of crypto. And so this is just a special shout out to him. I really appreciate him taking what I'm saying and putting it to work. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. My apologies for a little bit of the rant at the end, but yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.